They're back.
Raise the Jolly Roger. The Bucks are back in Philadelphia, taking on their cross-state rivals. It's game 2 of the 3-game series as the Pirates' 3-city road trip continues. Pirates are trying to even this series after watching the Phillies walk off in extra innings last night. The celebration on the field and in the clubhouse as the Phillies are going back to the postseason for the 2nd consecutive year. Of course, they went to the World Series last year. In the Pirates clubhouse, Pirates pitcher Mitch Keller talked about where the Pirates want to be next year.
I was like, dude, we're gonna do something special next year. Like, we're gonna be this team next year, as in the Phillies. Like, we're gonna be this team that's clinching. He's like, yeah, we're gonna do something really special. So I mean, we can all feel it, and we want to be those teams. And just playing baseball around like teams that are making the playoffs and pushing for them. Like, we're right there, and we're beating them and playing good baseball against them. So there's no reason why we can't do it.
That was a strong start for Mitch Keller last night. Greg Brown, John Wehner, and Robbie Ince-Mikowski with you. And Rock, it's great to hear players like Mitch Keller and others talk with confidence about where they're headed in 2024.
No question they believe. They know they're a better team. They came into this year expecting to win. Now they've won 12 more games than a year ago. They expect to win more games next year. Look what they've done against a lot of playoff contenders since August 28th. 16-10 record. The offense has really spiked as well. There's no reason to believe that this team can't improve at least another 10, 12 games next year.
That record, by the way, since August the 28th is the 2nd best record in the National League. So the Pirates, no doubt, are playing much better baseball. And Henry Davis, he's been a force now in this Pirates lineup since coming off the injured list. The rookie hit another home run last night, 2 more hits. He's homered now twice on this road trip.
He can impact the baseball. When he hits it good like this one, it goes a long way. And you wonder why there are so big expectations for next year. It's because of guys like Henry Davis, Endy Rodriguez, Liover Peguero, in addition to the other guys that have improved offensively. But Davis certainly could lead the way next year.
That was a game-tying home run, by the way, off Craig Kimbrell, Eaton Park performance that made you smile. That's what he has done over his last 5 games, Henry Davis, and his last start of the year. Tonight, the big man, Johan Oviedo, toes the rubber. We'll talk about tonight's Pirates starting pitcher coming up next from Philly. will be going back to the postseason. In fact, they'll be staying here. They're going to have game 1 of the wild card series next Tuesday. The Phillies will host at least a couple playoff games. And Johan Oviedo is on the mound for the Pirates tonight, looking for his 10th win of the year. And he's been good despite maybe a few too many walks, John.
Yeah, he has struggled with his fastball command, but he throws so hard, and they respect his fastball so much. His off-speed stuff is so good. He's just hard to hit. You just don't collect a lot of hits against Johan. You see against the Cubs, he went 6 scoreless despite the 5 walks. His last 6 starts, an ERA of 2.23. And you look what he's done since he's been a Pirate, and you think, I like to remind everybody, this guy was probably the odd man out if everybody's healthy in spring training.
Yeah.
I mean, he's arguably right up there with Mitch Keller.
So Shealy's scouting report, see what he's done since joining the Pirates. And on the mound for the Phillies is lefty Ranger Suarez. In his career, he's not given up a run against the Pirates, covering 19 1/3 innings.
He's always been sneaky good. An ERA in his career 3.3, but the Pirates, for whatever reason, haven't been able to figure him out. A strikeout per inning, not many hits.
Some players he's not seen before, so hopefully the Pirates that are in the lineup tonight can do something here against Ranger Suarez and looking to even the series against the playoff-bound Phillies. Bucks and Phils are next.
Is brought to you by AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. By Cohen Markets, all customers save 10 cents on every gallon of gas weekdays before 9 a.m. No strings attached. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates and Phillies. Keeping it in the family.
Yeah. That's funny.
We met some folks a few moments ago. We're keeping it in the family. Zoop and his wife Karen. One had the Pirate jersey, one had the Philly jersey from Windber, Pennsylvania. These Phillies, again, celebrated last night. And because of that, often is the case, when you have, for all intents and purposes, a meaningless game, the manager will sit his regulars, as I'm sure many of them enjoyed the evening, late into the night, early morning hours. So you saw Bryce Harper. He is one of the few starters that will be out there for the Phillies here tonight behind Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, I'm shocked to see Harper in there. That's the one guy I thought for sure wouldn't be in the lineup tonight. Bryce Harper.
He wants to play, doesn't he?
He wants to play. Yeah. Yep, no doubt.
He's at first base, as you see. The rest of the Philly infield we'll get to, but first we check out the Toyota RAV4 Pirates starting lineup. Jared Triolo and Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds has a 24-game on-base streak coming into tonight. Key Brian Hayes at third. Connor Joe is in right. Henry Davis, the designated hitter. Then it's Jack Sawinski, Liover Peguero, Andy Rodriguez, and Nick Gonzalez. Originally in the lineup, Davis was in right. Joe was the DH, but they've flip-flopped as his precautionary measure. Davis kind of tweaked his ankle running the bases last night. Ranger Suarez made his major league debut in 2018, the 28-year-old from Venezuela.
Pretty good numbers. ERA under 4. Almost a strikeout per inning. Opponents hit 260. They've hit his fastball cutter pretty good. I mean, he's about 93 with the fastball. Real good curveball from Suarez. Pretty decent changeup as well. And he'll throw an occasional slider here or there.
We'll check out the defense. He's going to be throwing to Garrett Stubbs. And look at third base, Rodolfo Castro, the former Pirate. A rare start. He's not had much playing time at all since being traded over from Bailey Falter. Edmundo Sosa, Brian Stott. Around the infield in Harper, it's Jake Cave, Johan Rojas, and Christian Pache in the outfield left to right. And Jared Triolo leading off for the Pirates and playing first base. That something new for the Pirates anyway with Triolo, but he has talked about how he's done this a lot in the minor leagues, led off. So not new to him.
Why not? The way he's been swinging the bat, he's been pretty patient. Getting on base a ton. Highest average in the lineup.
Underway. Pleasant night. Jared Triolo hit 5th last night and was 0 for 3 with a walk. Ranger Suarez again 19 1/3 innings against Pittsburgh. No runs given up. One of his best games of his career came against the Pirates. Complete game shutout almost 2 years ago to the day, September 25th, 2021. 4 hits, no walks. Struck out 7 in 97 pitches. He threw a Maddox. Shutout less than 100 pitches. But he walks Triolo to start.
You see the movement on his fastball, a lot of sinking action. And throughout his career, he's got a ton of ground balls. The ground ball percentage down a little bit this year, just under 50%, but he's going to try to keep that fastball down and get you to beat it into the ground.
Ball 1. Again, Stubbs catching Suarez. JT Realmuto, one of a handful of starters getting tonight off. Reynolds, not many nights off for him. He's been very durable over the years. Over 600 plate appearances, 3 straight years for Brian Reynolds, and a base hit the other way. He'll continue that on-base streak as Triolo heads to third, and a head-first dive, and it's 1st and 3rd, and no one out.
One way to keep the sinking fastball off the ground is to go the other way with it. You stay inside it, you can get the bottom half of the ball, you try to pull that, you get the top half, roll it over to the left side, and what a nice approach that was. Pretty swing from Brian Reynolds. Had that big hole over there to work with. And good base running as well by Triolo.
Now Hayes with the infielded double play depth. Rough night last night for Hayes. And tonight he just goes up and whacks it into right field and gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead. And Reynolds is headed to third, and he's going to be safe at third. As the scouting report is run on Pache.
Man, that was very aggressive. Normally with nobody out, you want to think about getting the third standing. That ball was hit pretty firm, got the Pache pretty quickly, and he was charging, coming up, firing to third, but Brian Reynolds says, I don't care. I'm going to get there. Watch this. Off with the crack of the bat. No hesitation around second base for Reynolds. And yeah, no tag put on. Nicely done.
1-0 still, first and third. Now Connor Joe. And a pop-up. And maybe room for Harper. And it drops. Second baseman Stott not able to come up with it. Harper got turned all the way around.
Now that's the one thing with Harper, corner infield spots, those pop-ups that are in foul ground behind the bag have backspin, and so as you see, he's taking that route where he thought it was going to come down, but that backspin, you know, it takes it back, you know, a good 10-12 feet behind him.
Another opportunity for Connor Joe. Again, the infield looking for two. And a strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Connor Joe. Behind the plate tonight is Angel Hernandez. The other umpires, including the crew chief James Hoy at first. Joe came to the plate as a pinch hitter last night in the 7th inning with a runner at first base and 2 outs, and the Pirates trailing 2-1, and he lined out, and then in the 10th inning with runners at first and second, nobody out, he flied out. So Pirates had of course the automatic runner to start the extra frame, and then Jared Triolo walked against Jeff Hoffman, but Connor Joe, Eddie Rodriguez popped out, Henry Davis struck out, and the Phillies won it in the bottom of the 10th. Ground ball left side and off the glove of the shortstop Sosa. Headed to third base Hayes, and he is safe. Still first and third. 2-0 Pirates.
Man, keep the line moving one after another. Connor Joe coming up big with a 2-strike hit just out of the reach of the shortstop Sosa, and Ke'Bryan Hayes sees it deflects off of Sosa's glove. It slows the ball down, so he's like, well, I'm going to do what my teammates have done this inning and just keep running.
So Garrett Stubbs over to talk to Suarez. He does not. There's a fairly close play at third base. Hayes had Supermo, the tag from Castro, as Harper talks to Connor Joe.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play by Jake Cave out there and left. I mean, came up with a bare hand and threw a perfect strike. Hayes just barely beating it.
And now it's Henry Davis. Talked about him in our open. Suarez has given up 13 home runs, not a bunch, in 120 plus innings. Davis hit his 7th big league homer last night, 2nd of the trip. Homering his 2nd time in 3 games. Game-tying home run in the 8th inning of Craig Kimbrell last night. Henry Davis now a 5-game hitting streak. And this is bounced to second, and the double play makes it 4-6-3. The Pirates get another run, and it is 3-0, 2 outs.
And you're always disappointed as a batter, not picking up that ribby, but you put the ball in play, you score a third run.
The Ben Furniture and Mattress double play. Stott to Sosa to Harper.
And that ball hit up there by the bag. It's going to be a double play most times.
A good swing, but Sawinski is the final out. The Pirates strike quickly. 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Brian Hayes RBI single and scored. Rally House starting lineup for the Phillies: Stott, Sosa, Harper. Brandon Marsh homered last night. Christian Pache in right. Jake Cave in left. Johan Rojas, first Philly rookie to walk off, get a hit to clinch the postseason. Then it's Rodolfo Castro and Garrett Stubbs.
Pennsylvania lottery numbers for Johan. 32nd start. Looking for win number 10. 4.12. An appropriate ERA.
I'd like to get it down below.
A great start. Could get it under 4.
That'd be nice. These little individual accomplishments, goals, these baseball players look for all season, but particular when you know your club's not going to the postseason, you're out of contention, and there is a strikeout. That's his 153rd of the season. Check out the Western PA Honda dealers defense. Nick Gonzalez back in the big leagues. Was called up before yesterday's game. Gets his first start this second go around with Jared Triolo at first. Leo Verpagero, Brian Hayes on the left side of the infield. Reynolds, Sawinski, Joe in the outfield left to right. Andy Rodriguez catches. Edmundo Sosa, former teammate of Oviedo's in St. Louis. A little jam shot, easy play, 2 outs.
Like to see it. Put up 3 on the board in the top half. Have a quick, easy inning in the bottom half, and that fastball got way in there on the hands.
So it is Harper. Ball one. Time called.
Interesting. 7 pitches in. Conversation. And probably a disagreement on what to throw Bryce Harper.
It almost looked like Andy Rodriguez was like shaking his head when he turned around. Like
Oviedo poked him in the chest and started laughing. Like, what?
He's like, yeah.
Get out of here.
Here's what we're talking about. Says something. Get out of here.
That slider for Oviedo has been such a weapon. You know, we've talked about the fastball command, but when he needs a strike, that's what he goes to, this slider.
Into center. And extra bases for Harper. A 2-out double for Bryce Harper.
It's crazy how the ball jumps off his bat. You know, you're thinking that's a base hit, little right center field base hit, and then you see it come down like almost out by the warning track. Hit about 108 miles an hour. That thing stayed in the air a long time for a line drive. Just wouldn't come down.
Pitch calm. He still wears that brace. Sorry, John, with that Tommy John surgery. Still wears that brace on that right elbow. But you're saying,
what was that pitch that Harper just hit? Was that the slider?
It was the fastball.
Okay. I was going to say, he hasn't given up an extra base hit.
The slider.
Against his slider in 2 months. Since August 11th.
Oh my!
Opponents hit just 154 and they slug 154. All singles.
Here's Marsh. The Ben Furniture and Mattress strike zone. Strike called. Well, it was a scary moment last night with Mitch Keller just breezing. 5 no-hit innings, 6 strikeouts. And then Marsh came to the plate leading off the bottom of the 6th inning, and Keller threw a fastball that was way out of the zone. Time was called. Andy Rodriguez came out to check on him. So did Derek Shelton and assistant athletic trainer Tony Leo. Kind of shaking his arm a little bit. Threw a warm-up pitch, said he was all right, and the very next pitch to Marsh was launched for a home run. First hit of the game, 11th home run of the year for Marsh. Good news was that it was no issue at all for Keller. He just kind of grazed his funny bone on his glove on a follow-through. He says it happens once in a while, and he can't figure out how or why.
I hope he quits doing that, giving everybody a scare.
Three and two.
Huh. Yeah, Andy was throwing that ball back, and Oviedo looked away, and he tried to hang on to it, and it just slipped out of his hand. Look at Harper's like, what happened?
Still a full count. Back to that slider. Marsh fouls it off. Brandon Marsh 1 for 4 last night. The home run and 3 other times he struck out, including in the 10th inning against David Bednar. And Johan Rojas followed and delivered the walk-off hit, the ground single up the middle. Harper wants to head to third. And he's going to be there without a throw. On the walk to Marsh. For Harper, it's his 11th stolen base, caught 3 times. And for Oviedo, it's 82 walks now allowed.
Yeah, and Oviedo never looked back. So Harper just kept getting more and more, which, think about it, very risky. If Oviedo decides to look back, Peguero was right behind the bat.
Ball 1 on Pache. He's played 43 games this year. Was a pinch runner in the 10th inning last night for Nick Castellanos, the automatic runner at second. He scored the game-winning run.
Velocity a little bit down for Oviedo here in the first. Figure on the year he's averaged 96 miles per hour.
Mentioned those walks in 3 of his 4 September starts. So discounting his 1 outing against the Braves, where he went just 3 2/3 innings. The other 3 starts, 16 walks in 14 2/3 innings.
But I was saying about, him being tough to hit, though.
Yeah.
You can go back all the way to July. In 14 starts, he's allowed more than 6 hits once.
Yeah. As you say, his stuff is so good.
He's allowed more than 5 hits twice. So in 14 starts, he's had 2 starts with more than 5 hits allowed.
And he gets the strikeout. Andy Rodriguez didn't know where the ball was initially. And Pache, realizing it, ends up taking off for first. The strikeout, 3-0 after 1. As part of Fan Appreciation Weekend, which starts on Friday, this coming Sunday, the season finale for the Pirates hosting the Marlins at 3:05. Special thank you to Pirates fans for a great season. Fans can enjoy 20% off select concessions and 40% off select merchandise at the Pirates Clubhouse store on Sunday. Sunday only. Learn more at pirates.com/fan appreciation. Yep. I just heard about it. They're happy. Strike one on Leo Vera-Piguero. Bottom third of the Pirates order. Andy Rodriguez and then Nick Gonzalez. Just foul. Piguero snapped the 0-for-14 hitless drought with a third inning base hit to right in his first AB against Aaron Nola last night. One of just 5 hits for the Bucks. 2 of them left the yard. Reynolds and Davis homered.
Bunch of curveballs to Piguero. Changing speeds on that thing too. The last one much slower than the first few. That may be a changeup. Hasn't seen a fastball. Does he throw it here?
Bounced. And 2 hops to short. Piguero. You know, John, we've talked about this on and off the air that your players probably shouldn't get credit for hustle. I mean, that should be a given. But boy, when they do, well, like Piguero, it stands out. I hope we see that throughout his career. He runs as hard as anybody down that line.
Yep. I agree. He hustles. He anticipates very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noted a couple of times this year where just on a simple secondary lead at first base where he never stopped.
Yeah.
He never paused. You know, a secondary lead right into a crossover, scoring on a double. I think one in particular, St. Louis. I mean, it was almost like he never hesitated. You know, he got off as the pitcher delivered, and as the ball was hit down the right field corner, he just was moving.
Andy Rodriguez is going to be robbed of a hit by Rojas. Johan Rojas. 2 outs.
Andy slices it out there. Looked like it was going to stay away from him, but too much speed, good timing. That ball was dying, trying to get to the grass. Well done in center.
Nick Gonzalez. 42 games with the Indianapolis Indians after he was optioned August the 3rd. Hit .314, a .977 OPS. Was driving the ball to all fields.
He's got strength to the middle of the field. Opposite gap. You know, we've always talked about, you know, Andrew McCutchen and all the power he has to right center field. We've seen him do it so many times. Nothing more impressive than what he did in Minnesota that night. But Gonzalez has close to that power. I'm not ready to put him in that bracket yet or comparing him to McCutchen, but there you see the power numbers. Average high, the OPS high. 23 extra base hits.
Made his major league debut on June 23rd in Miami as the starting second baseman. Hit .216 in 31 games. It was optioned down to Indianapolis August the 3rd. Pirates minor leaguer who led their system in extra base hits. Two balls and 2 strikes on Nick Gonzalez. Ranger Suarez has a 1-2-3 second inning, but the Pirates lead 3-0. UPMC Sports Medicine scoreboard, 3-0. Pirates lead the Phillies. Bucco fans everywhere. Head to the bottom of the second, and Jake Cave will lead off against Johan Oviedo. Struck out a couple, gave up a double and a walk, and Cave calls time. Jay Wright, former Villanova head coach, here. Pete Toma likes him, but not a huge fan. Toma, the Temple Owl, our director. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know if you knew that or not. Did you know that Pete went to Temple?
Yeah, I mean, all that swag he's been wearing around town the last couple days.
Ball and 2 strikes on Cave.
Everybody loves Temple.
Yep.
On their schedule.
Crickets in the truck. Didn't like that one. I thought it was a really good funny by John, but
crickets.
He didn't like it.
Crickets.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets back at me. He just
not
shows
laughing
me on the camera.
Yes, I'll show him, and not laugh at his jokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's foul. Past James Hoy. Cave, Rojas, Castro. Two balls, 2 strikes. Oviedo struck out 2, walked a man, and gave up the Harper double. He's got himself another strikeout. That's 3.
I wonder what he went and looked at after that.
Yeah, I wonder.
He went looking for something. There's no video board where he was looking. He got a few hanging breaking balls there. That a hanging slider. He had a couple hanging curveballs that he fouled off. And he's like, what's up there?
Little pop up to shallow right. Connor Joe. Rojas is retired. And here's Rodolfo Castro. I don't know. It's a little too early to, early to suggest that he was looking out in the stands.
Yeah.
Well,
it's amazing.
Zeros on the board for the Phillies to this point. Donuts.
It's amazing how far your skin can stretch. It really is.
Castro has not played much at all since being traded from the Pirates. It's just his 6th start tonight. His 3rd at third base. Still switch hitting. That was the issue really with him the last couple years. He was quite successful as a right-handed batter against lefty pitching. And he grounds this ball to first. Triolo. That's a 1-2-3 second inning for Oviedo. 3-zip early in this game. EAR L1.
Well, Orioles Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson passed away yesterday at the age of 86. One of manager Derek Shelton's favorite players, and he reflected on the great third baseman before today's game.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate as a 22-year-old in Greensboro, North Carolina. Got the opportunity to meet him, got a picture with him, to be around him. I mean, it was kind of surreal at the time growing up an Orioles fan to be able to meet the great Brooks Robinson. I mean, my parents had a dog named Brooks for a while. So it was really cool. And then last year in Baltimore to be able to see him at Old Timers Day, and I found out he was there, and I got to go down and talk to him, and it was funny. I got ejected the night before, and he was telling me how much he loved it, But it just the fact that, I mean, we're talking about one of the great players in our game, but as we talk about, like with Clemente a lot, I mean, Brooks Robinson did a lot for the game of baseball, the Alumni Association, just what he was. So baseball missing a great one.
You know, what sparked Shelty becoming a fan of Brooks Robinson is his father, Ron, spent 2 years playing rookie ball, parts of 2 seasons, in the Orioles system. So Ron Shelton was a big fan of Brooks Robinson. So Derek Shelton became a fan of Brooks Robinson and the Baltimore Orioles. But Greg and Rock, what a story to tell. Brooks Robinson talking about you getting thrown out of a game. Come on, does it get any better than that?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about first of all, seeing such a legend. And Triolo strikes out against Suarez, but big Orioles fan, and obviously you hear Shelty talking about what a fan he was of Brooks Robinson, and the 23-year Major League career, Hall of Famer in 1983, American League MVP in 1964, 18 straight Gold Gloves, a couple of World Series titles. As Reynolds pops this ball up. Center field, easy out, 2 down. And of course, he did not win the 1971 World Series. The Pirates beat the Orioles, but he put on a clinic in 1970 against Cincinnati, when he won the MVP of that World Series. The human vacuum cleaner. Brooks Robinson. Steve Blass communicated to us. We're facing off against Brooks in that '71 World Series. Great Pirates pitcher. Talked about competing against him. There's a base hit for Pirates third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes. What Steve said, not only on top all-time third baseman, but might be near the top of the list of all-time people. And Steve said it was an honor to compete against him. We're sad to hear about Brooksy. Steve's words. And Mike Schmidt, yep, arguably the greatest National League third baseman all around. Mike Schmidt, by the way, celebrating a birthday today.
Nice.
All the greats celebrating a birthday today.
Yes. Isn't Robbie celebrating?
Including our own Robbie Intzmakowski.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Robbie.
Well, thank you guys very much. First of all, my favorite player growing up, about a half a mile from the old Vet Stadium, which is next to where Citizens Bank Park is. The Vet used to be.
Broken bat, going to drop in for a hit, fair ball. And it's going to roll toward the corner. Rebello puts up the stop sign, and Hayes was thinking about running through it, and now firing to second base. Getting back in time is Connor Joe. Well, Hayes went way down the line.
He sure did, and that's a tough one, I think, for a third base coach to make, that determination when that ball gets down the line there. And so you'll see Rebello ends up way down the line, so he gives himself more time to make that read. See the bat almost reaching Castro at third. So there you go with Cave. He comes up with it, and fortunately he airmails everybody. Yeah. If that throw goes through the third baseman, Hayes is going to be out.
A strike there on Henry Davis with 2 outs, a chance to bring home a couple. So back to the story, Robbie.
So Mike Schmidt was my favorite player growing up, in part because, first of all, he hit a lot of home runs, number one. Number two, we shared a birthday, and it was always pretty cool. That's my story. I hope it was a good one.
Excellent.
I waited for autographs one time. First time I ever met Mike Schmidt. I went home, told my mom. I said, Mom, you wouldn't believe this. I met Mike Schmidt. And he said, what did he say to you? He said, go away, kid.
No, he didn't.
He didn't feel like signing autographs that day, but I did make up for it later on.
You met him later on when you were...
He's a broadcaster now, part-time broadcaster for the Phillies.
And there's a base hit to center field for Henry Davis. This is going to score for Henry Davis, scoring a pair, scoring Hayes and Joe. And it is 5-0, and Henry Davis has a 6-game hitting streak, a 2-run single.
Very nicely done there. Nice little 2-out rally. 2 quick outs here in the third. Hayes single, Joe double. And Henry Davis doing a nice job of staying on that pitch. It was probably a ball off the plate, but staying up the middle. A little off the end of the bat. That actually helps matters, because now there's absolutely no play at the plate.
Mike Schmidt, absolutely one of the all-time greats, still does some pregame and in-game work. A lot of Sunday broadcasting, and a pop-up, foul ground. Castro nearing the dugout and out of play. Ball a strike on Sawinski. 2-out action. Hayes the single, Connor Joe the broken bat double, and Henry Davis 2-run single. Two and two. Jack Suwinski, 26 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Hard ground ball to second in the first inning against this lefty, Ranger Suarez. "54 pitches. Harper to Suarez, going to barehand it. Pirates scored 2 more. Henry Davis singles home Hayes and Joe, and the late great Brooks Robinson.
The 2023 season. Had a chance to talk to him before the game yesterday, and he talked about what his biggest takeaway was here from 2023.
I'll say be more, probably be more patient about results. You know, it's a long season. Sometimes you just try to be so perfect and so well for each game, and sometimes you just lost the track to just keep competing and keep having fun about the game and definitely about yourself. So I feel like be more patient with anything that happens, especially with things that are not on your control. So just look forward and have fun out there.
You know, you guys have seen many pitchers come up as a reliever, become a starter, come up as a starter and become a reliever. It's been quite the transition for Johan Oviedo here, his first full season as a starter at the major league level. And guys, he's proven himself quite well. And Derek Shelton, the biggest thing he's proud of is that Oviedo has taken the ball every time it's been his turn here this season.
Yeah, he wants to pitch. No question about that. And he wants to compete, wants to win.
And you think about it with these young pitchers, Oviedo and Keller in particular, you know, with career highs in innings and I'm guessing starts, and with what we were showing pregame today about the expectations of getting to the postseason next year. You figure, you know, it's a great stepping stone, because if you do have to make 2, 3, 4 more starts,
yeah,
you know,
for postseason play,
you got to build up to it.
Now this tonight is his 32nd start of the year. Coming into tonight, he had made 26 total starts in his career the previous 3 years combined. Came to the big leagues with the Cardinals in that abbreviated season, made 5 starts in 2020. And 13 of his 14 appearances the following year as a starter with the Cardinals, and then they moved him to the bullpen last year when he was acquired by the Pirates. Bucks sent him down to AAA Indianapolis, and with the Indians he got built up, came back up, made 7 starts. Quinn Priester has been used as both a starter and a long man last few weeks. Edmundo Sosa, 2-1. And into the left center gap. It's another double. And again with 2 outs. Harper doubled in the first with 2 down.
It went right at him. You see Endy, that mitt was right down the middle. The fastball at 94 down the middle. Good swing, hard hit ball. Don't have to be as careful with a 5-run lead. And we talked about Oviedo and some struggles with his fastball command. And so why not set up middle? What's the odds of it ending up there? You know, I mean, a lot of times it's going to end up maybe on the outside corner, maybe on the inside corner.
Good test for him here with a runner at second and Harper. '71 runs batted in for Bryce Harper on the year. Picked up a sacrifice fly last night.
Adding a little velocity to Harper here, 96, then 95. Harper with 2 strikes, no stride. And the front foot just stays planted.
Oviedo gets the strikeout. Didn't even realize it was the 3rd out. Maybe didn't know it was the 3rd strike. He's so locked in. 4 Ks for Oviedo, 3-0 Pirates, 5-0 Bucks. Five 5-0 Pirates leading the Philadelphia Phillies. Liover Peguero. Bottom third of the order. Peguero, Rodriguez, Gonzalez. And Peguero grounds it to the shortstop, Edmundo Sosa. Second time he's bounced to Sosa. Andy Rodriguez. Looked like a hit might drop in for him, but center fielder Rojas made a nice play on him. Game number 55 in the major league career of Endy Rodriguez.
There's the good changeup. A little fade away from the right-handed bat. Drops below the bat. Good arm action.
Gets a piece, 2-2. (23 years old, Endy Rodriguez. One of his favorite players was asked when he got to the Pirates organization following Major League Baseball. First guy he mentioned, Bryce Harper. And he's going to be able to talk to Bryce Harper over at first. With one down, he draws the walk.
Let's see.
Harper not really pleased at the moment after the strikeout in the third inning with a runner at second. He doesn't feel like talking to anybody right now. Still very angry.
Nothing. Crickets.
Yeah. Nick Gonzalez struck out his first time. Pirates catcher Endy Rodriguez on at first base. Suarez has struck out a couple. There we go. A little chatting. Here we are. Yep. Probably not easy for a guy like Endy Rodriguez to break the ice, right?
Exactly. And we talk about youth and the Pirates' youth, and I could see Endy as a very young player at 23. How did you do this at 19?
Yeah.
At this level?
Yeah.
At 19.
Talking about Bryce Harper, just all the heck, since he was in grade school, growing up in Vegas. One of the most highly touted players in recent history, coming up and being drafted #1 by the Washington Nationals. Started his big league career in 2012 as a 19-year-old. Gonzalez, the second time, was a strikeout victim. Next homestand starts Friday, and the final 3 games of 2023. The Marlins in town, 6:35 start. First 20,000 fans on Friday get a co-branded MLB Network and Pirates cap. Go to pirates.com/tickets. The Marlins are fighting for their playoff lives. They lost 11-2 to the Mets. There's a base hit to left for Jared Triolo. Runners at first and second. And the Marlins a game back at the moment of the Cubs for the third and final wild card spot. The Phillies clinched the home field last night with that walk-off win. The Diamondbacks currently occupy the second of three positions. They shut out the White Sox earlier in Chicago 3-0. Brian Reynolds. Two on, two outs. Reynolds sitting on 83 runs batted in. Boy, the middle of last month, you thought, you hope for Reynolds' sake he ends up with decent numbers, RBIs, homers. Now you're thinking, boy, he's approaching 90 again. He had 90, his career high 2 years ago.
That long stretch he had after the very hot first week of the season, where there weren't many homers or ribbies. If you could have shortened that stretch, we might be looking at 30 and 100.
Yeah. Pitch number 75. Foul. Now, 2 years ago, Reynolds hit .302 with 24 homers, drove in 90. Hit 27 home runs last year for a new career high, but drove in only 62 runs. Base hit here will get him another ribby. Hayes on deck. Nice touch. Struck him out looking. Reynolds didn't seem to agree. Two men left on. Pirates have a 5-0 lead in Philly. It's the Toyota Route 4th inning, presented by your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers. Never gets old, that shot.
That's beautiful.
So beautiful. A beautiful night here. Here in Philadelphia, they'll play one more regular season game and then finish up on the road, but back here for postseason play, and Brandon Marsh has himself extra bases. And a little bobble out there, puts on the brakes. Trouble in that corner, getting a handle on it.
Well, fastball inner half of the plate. Oviedo unhappy with the location of that pitch. Kind of kicked to Connor Joe's right, tried to barehand it. Marsh's hair, it can't be that wet, can it? Could be the sweat.
I don't know.
He's like that long hair.
Yeah, I think he
soaking wet.
No, I think he does something to it. It's always like that.
Moose?
Probably. Pache with that leadoff double.
Good bet you go back to the slider. This feels like he knows where that pitch is going, has so much confidence in it.
And he gets himself another strikeout. I didn't realize Marsh, I guess, between innings, dumps a bunch of water on his head. Greasy, and he only washes his hair once a month.
Whoa.
So that's legit greasy hair right there.
Wonder why.
Likes the look.
Makes for a quicker shower.
Yeah. So if he doesn't win it, gets super bristly out there. Doesn't like that way. Jake Cave. Marsh, a caveman look. Cave, the former Twin.
Anytime I wonder, you seem to come up with answers. I never thought you'd come up with that one. That's really, really good.
Well, it's not me, but thank you. I'll accept it as a compliment.
The notes you keep.
Yeah, oh yeah. Reams of paper. Steve Blass always told me, if you care, prepare. Wow.
Really close.
Live-in furniture and mattress strike zone. Yep,
just a
close.
tiny little piece.
Two and two on Cave. 3 doubles for the Philadelphia Phillies. Their 3 hits. 2-out double by Harper in the first inning. Then Marsh walked before Oviedo struck out Christian Pache. He had a 1-2-3 second. Last inning, a 2-out double by Edmundo Sosa. Struck out Harper. And now he falls behind 3-2 on Cave.
And you think back to the slider or perhaps the curveball. Watch out.
That slider in off the plate. Pulled foul. Oviedo 176 innings and counting. Right off for Nick Castellanos and a handful of other starters. So Cave in left. Brandon Marsh, who started in left field last night, the DH. Christian Pache is in right. Castellanos likely will be back in there tomorrow night in right.
I would think Bohm would have wanted to be in there.
Yeah.
Just because he's 5 away from 100 RBIs.
Yeah. Talk about personal goals. That's legit. Final homestand of the year starts Friday night. The Marlins game 2 is Saturday, 6:35 start, and it's the final Zambelli fireworks night of the year. Following that 6:35 game against the Marlins, go to pirates.com/fireworks. There's Alec Bohm. It was quite a celebration last night. A question about when the Pirates went to the postseason 3 straight years, and Clint Hurdle was asked about celebrating, and I think he said we embrace it. Some wondered whether, do you celebrate just another trip? Well, these Phillies, they celebrated and then some last night.
I would say so. I mean, got a piece.
And the bases are loaded.
Yeah, we got back to the hotel, changed, went to the diner.
Yeah.
And they were still on the air celebrating.
That was a nice diner. Just clipped his jersey. Well, he's in a bases loaded situation. He's got Rodolfo Castro coming to the plate. You know how much Castro would love to come through here. Castro has not played much. A dozen games for the Phillies, 3 out of 24, a 125 average. Hit .228, 6 homers, 22 ribbies for the Pirates. You see his career with the bases loaded. And Oviedo gets a strike call.
Take that.
Castro 2 for 11 with the Phillies against right-handed pitching. Chop toward first and a short hop and the out at first base. Triolo makes the play. Marsh scores. It's 5-1.
And nothing else that Triolo could do. Playing back, get an out. Comes and gets it, gets the short hop, looks back at home. Just make sure you're getting out. You have no play anywhere else.
Garrett Stubbs take ball 1. Now this is not a bunting situation, but you're looking at one of the best bunters in baseball, the catcher, Garrett Stubbs. Fly ball to deep right. Back and gone. A 3-run homer, his first. And it's 5-4. Garrett Stubbs. His first home run makes it a 1-run game.
That's a big blow. Skied it. Up, middle in. And got the bat head out.
Well, a walk and a hit batter cost Oviedo big time. Another look, Stubbs.
We talked about it a bunch with Oviedo. I mean, he's had command issues, especially this month of September, but He was able to get out of any type of jams he was in.
Andy Rodriguez. Stott fouls out, but a double by Marsh started it. Walk, hit batter, ground out, home run Stubbs. 5-4 Pirates.
Well, one Pirate farmhand who was in big league camp had arguably the best final week of the year in the International League. Ryan Vilade, the IL's Player of the Week for the final week of the season. He led the league in hits with 14, 3 multi-hit games, had a monster game a week ago Monday, 5 hits, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. He was a high draft pick, 48th overall by the Colorado Rockies back in 2017, and is still just 25 years of age. Now, the Pirates claimed him off waivers this past offseason, but like I said, didn't make his way to big league camp, or excuse me, made his way in the big league camp, but not on way to the big league roster for opening day, but had a good season down there at AAA for the Buccos, and maybe Greg and Rock, a guy to keep an eye on in the future.
Yeah, he was on their 40-man roster after being picked up.
That's a big week.
Brian Hayes, 2 for 2. Big swing from Garrett Stubbs, first home run of the year. It's a 1-run game. It's Hayes, Joe, and Davis, and they have collected 5 of the 7 Pirates hits combined. Hayes RBI single in the first, single and scored in the third. Happy birthday wish to Robbie and Smikowski. They had a the birthday wishes on the scoreboard full of names, Mike Schmidt included.
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie.
It was by surprise, but much appreciated.
By the way, Robbie, thank you for the cheesesteaks and the chicken steaks.
You are quite welcome. Chicken cheesesteaks and cheesesteaks here from the ballpark. Some of the best food fare around Major League Baseball. Did you like it, Brownie?
Oh, really, really good.
Rock was too full. He exercised his option on a cheesesteak.
He always shows discretion.
Discretion.
There we are. Robbie's buddy. Phillies fans, they are gearing up for another postseason run. Unlikely trip to the World Series last year. Started as a wild card entrant. Bouncing ball. How about that little play there? It's short. Soft hands from Sosa. Throws out Hayes.
Yeah, he kind of, as he went to his left, you'll see he almost takes a little bit of a step back to get that hop. The spin actually slowed down just a hair and got that short hop, spun, throw a strike to Harper.
HN Supermo look. Connor Joe. He is 2 for 2. with an RBI.
3 for 3.
Nice night. Connor Joe, 2 singles and a double, and now Henry Davis.
He's looking comfortable in there against Suarez.
Trip to the mound. Bullpen action for the Phillies. And now let's step aside for this message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Levin Furniture and Mattress is your headquarters for affordable hybrid mattresses, including best-selling Purple. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Sir Anthony Dominguez loosens.
You would think going down the stretch here the last handful of games, they'd be shorter outings for the starters for these Phils. Keep them rested for the postseason.
Phillies starters, the rotation has thrown 879 innings this year. That's third among all major league staffs as Davis hits one high in the air to center. It's Rojas, the out, and brings up Jack Sawinski. Only the Mariners and Astros starters have thrown more innings than the Phillies. Sawinski has grounded out to the right side of the infield twice. And he lines this into right center. Connor Joe with 2 outs is off on the pitch. And he is certainly going to be waved home, and he will score easily on a little bobble and into third base with a ribby is Sawinski, and the ball gets away but bounces and stays in play. Deflects toward the pitcher Suarez. Sawinski drives in Joe from first. And a triple for Sawinski.
Easy triple for Jack. Just his second of the year as he scolds this ball into the gap. I knew Joe was going to come around and score easily, but Sawinski flying around second. An easy triple for him.
107-mile-an-hour gap shot. He takes a look at the bobble. A triple for Sawinski, and that will be the knockout punch. A little different look for Suarez against the Pirates. He had come into this game having blanked the Pirates over 19 1/3 innings. Tonight they've scored at least 6.
Listen Bordis, official legal partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And by your Western PA Chevy dealers. Let's go Bucks!
Jack Sawinski triples home Connor Joe. He is still Ranger Suarez's responsibility as he talks to third base coach Mike Ribello. And here's Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Dominguez in his 56th appearance, 3.94 ERA. Opponent's batting .253 against him.
97 up and in. Hard throwing righty, 1 ball, 1 strike on Peguero. At times a closer for the Phillies. Now a setup man this year.
And get that high velocity fastball. Throws a bunch of them. 2/3 of the time he throws that fastball. And he has a slider as a breaking pitch.
Another run for Johan Oviedo. Gave up that 3-run homer to Garrett Stubbs. Made it a 1-run game. Pirates get one of them back. One ball, 2 strikes. Comes on and gets Peguero for the final out, but the Sawinski triple brought home Connor Joe. Pirates up by 2. Run up by 2. Need 5 innings to qualify for a win, so Oviedo faces Sosa to start this bottom of the 5th. Ranger Suarez gives up 6 runs in 4 2/3, and that ball's ripped to left. Edmundo Sosa gets that run right back with his 10th home run of the season.
Well, I don't know if this was a slider or a changeup. But he turned on it. Well, it kind of didn't break like a slider. I can't imagine a fastball at 90. Sosa, another guy with no stride, goes up there. I think that was a changeup that they left middle in.
How about that? Big full swing into left for a double.
Yeah, just huge cut and just a cue shot right off the end of the bat. Ke'Bryan Hayes is well off the line. Always felt lefties had a nice little break rate there on that type of play. Pull off a ball, spin it down the third baseline, get you a double. Righty does that, rolling right at the bag. They just pick it up, step on first.
Doesn't seem fair. Oscar Marin out to talk to Oviedo. Has now given up 5 runs in 4+. Marsh has walked and doubled. Phillies have won 6 in a row. Trying to come back from a 5-0 deficit. And a pop up in foul ground. Hayes over and out of play. Hunter Stratton up in the Pirates bullpen. Quickly on it, Andy Rodriguez keeps Harper at second.
Keep in front. Ouch.
Right back.
Hopefully that was just the glove.
Seemed like it.
Hey, he seems to be okay.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
It's 95 miles an hour back to the box.
You think I get glove or leg?
Not phased.
Yeah, I don't think that got glove. I think it got one of those tree trunks. Harper sneaking off second again. Oh no, that looked like glove.
Harper creeping. Line drive, base hit. This is going to tie it. 6-6. Pache brings home Harper.
Yeah, another breaking ball. It stays up and in.
At this point, it looks like Oviedo needs to get the next two men to stay in the ball game. Stratton is ready. And Shelton wants Oviedo to try and finish off this inning and then qualify for a win. The Pirates can grab a run or two in the sixth. The 10 wins for them. But that ERA takes a hit tonight.
Yeah, he had a chance after the first 3 innings. He was down around 410, maybe a little bit below it. Now it sits at 432.
Runner takes off, the check swing foul. Yeah, for Oviedo, there have just been some clunkers. A lot of times he's gone out there. Coming into this game, he had allowed 1 or no runs in 15 of his 31 starts. 1 or no runs in 15 of 31. Runner goes again. Another check swing.
And that, what is there, just a couple of guys with more than that?
The last Pirate since was Francisco Liriano, had 15 starts of 1 or no runs allowed back in 13. Yeah, the only other pitcher with more this year, 1 or no runs, Blake Snell, 17. Oviedo and Braxton Garrett of the Marlins with 15 such starts, but this is one of those where he's given up a bunch a handful of times this year. Well, step 1 in staying in the ball game to strike out Cave.
And again, that breaking ball, middle, dangerous spot. Got away with it.
This is the 5th start this year. Oviedo has allowed 6 or more runs, and again taking off and out. Endy Rodriguez throws out yet another runner. Nick Gonzalez applies the tag. We'll see at the Phillies challenge. For the time being, it's another runner thrown out by Endy Rodriguez. That's 8 of 29.
Man, impressive. Just an absolute cannon. Quick release, great arm, catch and tag.
6-6 here in Philadelphia. Fanatic getting involved.
He wasn't in step.
No. And now Andy Rodriguez right away against Sir Anthony Dominguez bounces the ball to second. 1 pitch, 1 out. Moments after Rodriguez had thrown out another attempted base stealer. Final homestand comes up Friday night against the Marlins. 2 6:35 games, and then Sunday afternoon Fan Appreciation Weekend concludes at 3:05, and all kids 14 and under get a Pirates hoodie thanks to SeatGeek. Make sure you check out the Family Fun Zone on Federal Street before the game. Kids run the bases after the game. You can go to pirates.com/kidsdays. Remember the special discounts on Sunday for concessions and merchandise. Derek Shelton letting Johan Oviedo know he's done, and none too pleased with his outing. Not what he wanted to do in his final act of 2023, but all in all, pretty solid year for Oviedo.
Yeah, really good year. And obviously there's some disappointment with the way this one finished for him. Oh,
barrel of bat winds up over by the shortstop. Bare hand play made. And the out call for now, we'll see. And Davis thought maybe he beat, or rather, Gonzalez thought he beat the rap. We'll see.
Thought for sure that's a knock. That's a great play by Castro. That ball running in. Wow, way in.
They're going to challenge Rodolfo Castro, former Pirate, the bare hand play.
Pittsburgh is challenging the out call first.
James Hoy made the call. He's the crew chief, and he just announced the Pirates challenging. HN Supermo. The one stride. Oh boy, it's close.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can get overturned.
After review the call in the field stands, the runner is out. Pittsburgh will lose their challenge.
Great play by Castro.
It sure was. The bare hand, quick release, strong, accurate throw.
Here's Jared Triolo.
Yeah, that's right on the money, too.
Yeah.
You come to realize after watching so much replay how on the money throws, how much they matter. Because for instance, if he throws it high and Harper has to reach up above his head, that's a good 6 feet further that ball has to travel. And so the runner would have been safe, you know, but when he's able to reach out, stretch in front of him.
Yeah, that's something you really don't think about a lot, but it's true that the more accurate you are, the quicker it gets into the glove. It's a difference maker. Three and one on Triolo. He's been on base a couple of times, leading off for the first time in his major league career. Walked to start the ball game, scored the first run. He has struck out and singled. And he walks. He's been on base now 3 times.
You know, a rare chase by Triolo to start that bat off. He's thinking fastball, guessing fastball, got the slider, chased the slider well out of zone, then he went back to his normal approach and took 4 wide ones.
Hunter Stratton going to be coming on for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Rookie pitcher. Brian Reynolds extended his on-base streak in that first inning single. 25 straight games now. Career high. .99 miles an hour, misses. Pirates and Phillies wrap up here tomorrow night. The Pirates have not announced their starter. Zach Wheeler takes his 13-6 record to the hill in the series finale. That's a 6:05 first pitch. Then the Pirates fly home and play the Marlins. And then taking off, Triolo. He's going to steal second without a throw.
Kind of ignored over there, really.
He's 6 for 7 in steals.
Yeah, Stubbs didn't even consider coming up and throwing.
And Dominguez strikes out Reynolds. Tied at 6 in the 6th. Nice defensive play by Castro. Performance from the past. How about on this day in 2019? Kevin Newman against the Cincinnati Reds. The walk-off home run. It was Steve Blass's last television game. Retiring Steve Blass and Kevin Newman applauding and saluting Steve Blass that night, and would later give Steve that bat as a memento. And Steve cherishes that bat. And Kevin Newman today was released by the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, wow.
He traded this winter from Pittsburgh. The deal for Dowry Moreta. Was hitting .253 with Cincy, but not much playing time, and was on the injured list for over a month with an oblique strain. Just back the other day and released today. Johan Rojas against the rookie Hunter Stratton.
Yeah, you saw his Shealy's numbers. He's given up 3 runs in 9 innings across 6 appearances.
Bottom third of the order. Oviedo gives up 6 in 5 innings. Stratton did not give up a run in his first 2 major league outings. Strikes out Rojas.
96 upstairs. About neck high. Way up there.
Castro has grounded out twice to Jared Triolo at first base. Last time he bounced out and got a ribby for the ground out. Scored the first run of the game for the Phillies, made it 5-1. Traded at the deadline for lefty Bailey Falter. Rodolfo Castro. Two balls, two strikes. There he is. He is on the injured list, Bailey Falter. Neck and general fatigue. He was in the dugout for quite a while watching his former teammates celebrate. Strike three, a swing and a miss. Again, a reminder that the Fan Appreciation Weekend comes up Friday night. 3-game series with the Marlins. It's presented by PNC. Join the Pirates for fun surprises and giveaways all weekend long. Learn more at pirates.com/fanappreciation. Hard to believe. 3 more games.
That's it.
And again, those Marlins, they lost game 1 of their doubleheader 11-2 in New York. They're tied in the second game 1-1. So those games will be meaningful to the Marlins. At the very moment, they're a game back of the Cubs. Cubs are leading Atlanta 5-1. Down in Atlanta 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-1 in the 6th inning. Cubs up. And how about Hunter Stratton striking out 3 in a row? 1, 2, 3.
Looking easy.
Check out the T-Mobile coverage cam the other day. Orion Kerkering made his major league debut here for the Philadelphia Phillies against the New York Mets. A 1-2-3 inning, and his father, understandably very emotional, watching his son, who's had an incredible, quick journey up the ladder in the Phillies minor league system, starting this year in the Florida State League. His dad, Todd, who you just saw there, was a recon Marine and sniper in 20 years for the Marine Corps. So imagine he has seen and done a lot in his career, and seeing his son brought out those emotions.
Boy.
Just talked about what an incredible journey it was. And there's a throw to first by Castro to retire Ke'Bryan Hayes.
And you're seeing a pretty good breaking ball from this guy. And a guy who just was drafted 1 year ago, 2022. And seeing a bunch of breaking balls. And when he throws a fastball, you'll see why he moves so fast.
And that was the video from the other night when he made his debut with his dad.
My goodness. So many breaking balls. But it's sharp. It's pretty nasty.
And how about Connor Joe? 4 for 4. A perfect night for Connor Joe.
Yeah, make it look easy. And this breaking ball sharp. It might look like something that was left down the middle, but there's a lot of break to this thing. That TV doesn't give it justice. And Connor Joe is all over it. There's a fastball at 96. It gets harder than that. Upper 90s.
One ball, one strike. Third career 4-hit game for Connor Joe. Had one earlier this year with the Pirates, April the 7th. Henry Davis now.
That breaking ball started at Davis. Probably didn't think it was going to be able to get to the plate, the inside corner.
Kerkering drafted last year, 5th round pick just last year at the University of South Florida down in Tampa.
He averaged 99.5 miles per hour in that first appearance. My guess is he only threw a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because 83% of the time it's this breaking ball that he calls a sweeper.
There goes Connor Joe on the 3-2, and it's ball 4. Davis is on base for a second time. Brings up Jack Sawinski. It's an interesting time for the Phillies and this 22-year-old Orion Kerkering, because they're trying to decide what that bullpen makeup will look like for the postseason. And talk like he could be used in a late inning setup role, which would be incredible considering his quick rise up 4 levels of the Phillies system this year.
as often as he throws the breaking ball. I know he had a phenomenal season, struck out a ton of batters. 38% of the batters he faced, he struck out. 79 in total in 53 2/3 innings. But you wonder if you're going to throw that many breaking balls, one after another, to major league hitters, do you have the same success? The ERA was 151.
It's just his second big league outing. Made his debut Sunday night. Facing Jack Sawinski.
I mean, I'm almost positive just one fastball, right?
Yeah,
18
so.
pitches,
Yeah.
one fastball. And there's the second one at 98.
Sawinski 1 for 4, had the RBI triple his last time up.
I mean, that's crazy to throw, especially when you throw that hard. Just to show it to a batter once in a while, just throw it off the plate, throw it high, throw it where they can't touch it, just to get him to think about it. But 17 of 18 breaking balls, when you have that kind of an arm. But it's a good breaking ball.
Yeah.
Especially when it ends up there.
Orion Kirkring goes by his middle name. Huntington Beach, California native, and he just got called a second time. He was warned the first time. They had to wait for a batter to step in and look, but this time he's charged with a ball. Angel Hernandez calls him on it. And now 2-2. Huntington Beach, California native, the 22-year-old Richard Orion Kirkring facing Leover Peguero. 98, catches the outside corner. Gives up a hit in the walk, but strands them both. Still tied at 6.
Is brought to you by UPMC Health Plan, your partners in care, and by Sheely's, locally owned and operated for over 70 years. The best things in life happen at home. Let's go Bucks!
6-all. Head to the bottom of the 7th inning here in Philadelphia. This Pirates pitching change is brought to you by Sheely's Furniture, Appliances, and Mattresses. Rookie lefty Jose Hernandez. Top of the order, Bryson Stott.
Whoa, a little bit high. Sheely's numbers for Hernandez: 48 appearances, 4.69 ERA, 60 punch-outs in 48 innings.
Great outing for Hunter Stratton. 3 batters faced, strikes out each batter. Jose Hernandez picked up his first big league win of his career on Saturday in Cincy. That comeback. High chop Triolo, easy play.
Good job coming back. Hernandez, he was a roll 5 guy. You think, okay, raw, young, maybe a little wild. That's as wild as I think I've seen him all year. Those first 3 pitches out of the zone, but nice job coming back. Getting the first guy.
Sosa homered in the 5th. He's also doubled and popped up those 3 at-bats against Oviedo.
Get a call there. A little bit off the inside edge. Angel Hernandez has called a pretty good zone. That one certainly off the plate a bit.
A one-arm swing. Reynolds.
That got out there pretty deep.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be trouble, but I didn't think it was going to go that far.
Short porch out there and left. Here's Harper. Couple of doubles for Bryce Harper. Pirates about hit the Phillies 10-7, but the Phils came back from a 5-0 deficit. Made it 5-4 in the 4th. Bucks got a run back in the 5th. The Phillies tie it, and this ball driven deep to center field. And Bryce Harper, line drive, rocket into center, gives the Phillies the lead. That's his 21st of the year. Three homers for the Phillies tonight. This one gives the Phils a 7-6 lead.
Yeah, why is he in the lineup? This is supposed to be a day off.
Line drive homer. Harper 3 hits in this game. Homers off the lefty, Jose Hernandez. Harper's now hit 8 homers off lefty pitchers. 2-1.
He went with a fastball. Endy looked like he wanted it up and away. Ended up middle in.
Third home run that Hernandez has allowed to a left-handed batter. Two-out walk. The Harper homer. After 2 outs, his home run gives the Phillies the lead.
Yeah, there's times you see he gets fastballs middle in that he just doesn't get to. Looks late. No problem getting to that one.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
7-6 Phillies to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here it's Selby here in the bottom of the 7th inning after the home run by Harper, the walk to Marsh. Jose Hernandez got the first 2 outs. Christian Pache, he is 1 for 3.
Shealy's numbers for Colin: 20th appearance, 2-1 record, 27 punch-outs in 22 2/3.
Shea struck out twice, singled in a run against Oviedo. Johan Oviedo gave up 6 runs in 5 innings. Phillies have hit 3 home runs tonight. They've homered now in 12 straight games. Selby has been used as an opener. Later inning guy. Oh, everybody thought that that was a strike.
Just a little bit down. You wonder, how do you take this pitch? Strike, strike, strike. Just a little below the knees.
'96 walks Pache. Bryce Harper's got quite a homestand going back to that Mets series and this one. A couple of homers. Tonight, 3 hits. Got 9 hits and 18 at bats during this homestand. A night off for the regulars, but the subs have come through, and of course Harper playing tonight. Big contributions from him.
Big swing was the backup catcher.
Yeah. Garrett Stubbs, that home run in the 4th.
Big 2-out, 3-run homer. It got him right back in it.
Yes, he did. But leading up to that home run, after Brandon Marsh led off the 4th inning with a double, Oviedo struck out Pache, but he walked this batter, Cave, and then he hit Rojas. Rodriguez, another block. He's been busy. He's thrown out another runner.
Take a look at the chart, see what the throw here, 2-2.
Well, it was very much in the zone. Strike 3. But the Harper homer gives the Phillies the lead. HN injury update. Boy, it's good to see this earlier today. O'Neal Cruz taking batting practice. And live BP.
Yeah,
a couple of them launched.
Yeah, he started cranking them later on.
Taking a look. One I saw John hit way up into the second deck, about 10 rows. That McDonald's sign.
Yeah.
It was just below that McDonald's sign, below the third deck.
Yeah, he got some ridiculous power. And what a great sight. Missed it, obviously. Pirate fans missed it. His teammates missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, up there. Way up there.
Yeah, that's
almost hit that McDonald's sign. And then another one above the second bullpen in center. Well, the Pirates down a run. Andy Rodriguez against Dylan Covey. And Rodriguez calls time.
Covey 28 appearances, 3.86 ERA. Opponents hit a healthy 283 against him.
He strikes out Rodriguez. Covey, a former Chicago White Sox pitcher.
It's a slider and bounces way out in front of home plate. Andy didn't see it.
Last time up, Gonzalez was robbed of an infield hit by Rodolfo Castro, the Phillies' third baseman. Struck out his first 2 times up. This is his first start since returning to the Pirates. For Covey, it's been a long layoff. He hasn't pitched in 9 days.
Another chase.
4 straight Pirates have struck out now.
Yeah, sharp slider.
Triolo's been on base 3 times.
He's been showing some power. Bucks have homered in 9 straight, none tonight. 2-0 count. Does he get anything to drive?
3-0 count. Covey has not given up a home run since July the 14th. Given up 5 this season, including 4 in his first 3 outings.
See if we get another one right there.
Picked off waivers from the Dodgers in May, Covey. Fights this one off, and Jared Triolo just keeps having great at-bats.
He really does. All he does is hit. That fastball ran inside off the plate. He pulls those hands in. Short, compact swing. He'll get his average up over 300. His OPS approaching 400.
Jeez. You know, John, for a long time, the old adage was you can't evaluate players in March or September.
Yeah.
Meaning spring training because those are meaningless games, and September, but that was when rosters expanded to 40, and you saw all kinds of different pitching, and a lot of it minor league pitching. This is different.
Yeah. I mean, you're facing playoff contenders, not watered down rosters.
Yeah. Triola hitting .299 now, and looks just absolutely fine at first base. We've seen him. There's really not a place that. Oh, Reynolds not happy about this call.
Nope, that's up.
Enzo Hernandez hearing it from Reynolds, and Reynolds calls time. Down a run, 2 outs, 8th inning, and Brian Reynolds, who singled and scored in the first, has since flied out and struck out twice. Suarez went 4 2/3, and it was Sir Anthony Dominguez, Orion Kirkering, and now Dylan Covey, 2 2.
Very close. So when if they go to like a computerized strike zone, is that a strike? Just nicking the edge?
Good question.
The very bottom of it.
Have you seen the challenge system at all? Used in minor leagues?
I haven't.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very quick, and it's up to the batter or the catcher, depending on, who they felt the call went against.
And how many challenges?
I think you get a couple.
A couple
and
per
if you keep getting it during a game, and if you keep getting them right, you hold on to them. I believe that's how it goes. 3 2. And the other way, a line drive out. Reynolds lines out to left. Pirates still down a run, heading to the bottom of the 8th inning in Philly. Quote David Bednar for the 2023 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, recognizing players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today. Vote now at MLBtogether.com/Clemente21. Very prestigious award for these players. This ball bounced to second. Gonzalez on to Triolo. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Rojas retired. Selby back out there. Faced 2 batters in the 7th. That'll bring up Rodolfo Castro. Pirates will have 1 more shot with Key Brian Hayes, Connor Joe, and Henry Davis due up. And a hard-throwing Gregory Soto, the lefty, is loosening in the bullpen for the Phils. He's going to be trying to get the last 3 outs.
Hopefully down only 1.
Selby looking to get 2 more outs. Castro and then Garrett Stubbs. By the way, looked up that challenge system in the minors. The Hawkeye robot ump is used down there, and each club starts the game with 3 challenges. Selby gets another strikeout. A correct challenge is retained. Incorrect challenge is lost. Challenges can only be made by the batter, the catcher, or the pitcher. So no help from the dugout, and those challenges have to be made immediately following the umpire's call.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens next year, if anything. This baseball made so many changes this past winter. Some believe that maybe the commissioner will wait at least another year to let all these rule changes settle in. And boy, they've been popular, especially the pitch clock. Shaving a good 25 minutes to a half an hour or so off every game this year.
And you don't even notice it
No.
anymore. Very rarely do you see a violation. I mean, everybody seems to be used to it.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a tweak or 2 to it.
Garrett Stubbs, 1 ball, 1 strike. We mentioned just before he hit that home run, what a great bunter he is.
Yeah.
And then that swing, his first home run of the season. Doesn't play much, of course. JT Realmuto, the starting catcher. But coming into tonight, he had a total of 20 hits. 7 of them were bunt hits.
Wow.
And he goes down on strikes. So it will be a 1-run deficit heading to the 9th. 7-6 Philadelphia. For a third straight time. 7-6 Phillies. Brian Hayes will lead things off. They'll be facing Gregory Soto.
67 appearances, 4.78 ERA. 60 strikeouts and 58 in the third. Opponents just 216. He has allowed 6 homers. Two-pitch guy, fastball, upper 90s, averages over 98. And the slider.
Former Tiger, his first year with the Phillies. As John mentioned, 6 homers in 58 innings, 22 walks in 58 innings. Hayes, Joe Davis. Pirates scored 3 runs in the first inning. The first 4 batters singled off, well, there's a walk and then 3 straight hits off of Ranger Suarez, and then a Davis double play brought in a 3rd run. Pirates made it 5-0 when Hayes singled with 2 outs and then scored on a Connor Joe double. Connor Joe doubled, and then Henry Davis brought them both home to make it 5-0.
Well, he slings it up there pretty good. That was 100. Off the plate in.
Joe 4 for 4 on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big cut, a fastball. Soto has 4 career saves against Pittsburgh. The former Tiger, 1 out. What a night for Connor Joe. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. His 4 hits, matching a career high.
Single, double, single, single. And didn't quite get all of them, but it doesn't matter. Found a hole on the left side with the ground ball.
Looking for his first career 5-hit game. It's a break. Soto's last home run allowed just a couple outings back against the Mets 5 days ago. Almost gets a piece of Connor Joe, 2-1. Again, 6 home runs allowed, 22 walks, and now 61 strikeouts.
Well, he got the bat head out there pretty good. He's hunting that fastball. And 99, you know, it's hard to get it out front against 99.
One out to get for the Phillies to make it 2 straight over the Pirates, and Henry Davis will come up.
Well, Davis had the big home run last night to tie it off of Kimbrel on a breaking ball. Can he do it again?
Six of the last 7 outs against the Pirates have been strikeouts.
Yeah, that was almost like a quick pitch slider.
Yeah.
It kind of sped the delivery up. Came charging at Henry Davis. Oh, man. A 100 miles an hour. Trying to get it out there, but you saw there, caught it deep, but still alive.
Game ends with a strikeout. A flurry of Ks at the end against Pittsburgh. And the Phillies come back. Down 5-0 going to the bottom of the fourth. Bryce Harper's home run gave them the lead. Garrett Stubbs, the backup catcher, it's his first home run of the season. That came off Johan Oviedo. Made it a one-run ball game.
Cruising along. I mean, looked pretty good after 3. After 4, it was tight. But you know, they're heading to the postseason. They obviously have some talent. The Pirates finally were able to get the Ranger Suarez, who's never allowed a run to the Pirates before tonight's game. But that's the big hitter right there, Stubbs. I think that's the big swing, the 3-run homer to bring them within a run. And then the Philly bullpen did a really good job. I mean, there's some nice arms in there.
Pirates lose 3 in a row for the first time since just following the All-Star break, when they dropped their first 5 following the Midsummer Classic. So now they'll look to finish up their road trip with a W tomorrow. But first, we'll be going back to the studio momentarily. Rob King and Michael McHenry to break this one down. The Phillies come back and win it 7-6.